With everything we been through, that shoulda kept us close. I could feel a change, but didn't wanna let you go. You plant the seeds of hate and use your tears to help them grow. But for your pain,
What does it? We back in the woods room, coming to talk to y'all about the competition the Ravens are going to have for the #1 receiver this year. I really feel comfortable with saying we got a good receiver core, but I'm going to read these stats to y'all, and I want y'all to tell me who y'all think should be the #1 receiver. I'm going to read off the stats for the last couple of seasons for each one of our top 4 receivers that I consider our top 4 receivers. You tell me in the comments after hearing the stats who you believe should be the #1 receiver. So let's start off with who we had on the team already. We're just going to start off with Marquise Brown, and we're just going to use the first 2 seasons that he had with the Ravens. Rookie. He played 14 games. He had 46 receptions, 584 yards, averaged 12.7 yards a catch, and had 7 touchdowns. That was his rookie season. His season last year, he played in all 16 games. He had 100 targets. That means Lamar threw him that motherfucker 100 times. Might not have been on target, but he at least threw it to his ass 100 times. He had 58 catches, 769 yards, 8 touchdowns, and averaged 13.3 yards a catch. Now let's go to Rashad Bateman. His sophomore season at Minnesota, he played in 13 games. He had 60 receptions, 1,219 yards, averaged 20 yards a catch, and had 11 touchdowns. His junior season is when he left. He didn't stay for a senior. He played in 5 games, 36 receptions, 472 yards, 13.1 yards a catch, and 2 touchdowns. How about we do Sammy Watkins? And what I'm going to do for y'all, I'm going to do all 3 of the seasons that he played with the Chiefs. Last year he played 10 games, 37 receptions, 421 yards, 11.4 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns. The year before that he played in 14 games. In 14 games he had 52 catches, 673 yards, 12.9 yards a catch, with 3 touchdowns. The year before that, he played 3 seasons with them. The first season he played with them, he also played in 10 games. So the first season he played with them, and the last season he played with them, he played in 10 games. He had 40 catches, 519 yards, 13.1 yards a catch, and 3 touchdowns. His average did go down each year while he was with the Chiefs. He had a good season where he played in 15 games and had 52 catches, 673 yards. So let's go to Tylan Wallace. He played all 4 seasons at Oklahoma State, but his freshman year he only played in like 5 games, so I'm not even going to count that. Let's start off with his sophomore year. He played in 13 games, had 86 catches, 1,491 yards, 17.3 yards a catch, and 12 touchdowns. Go to his junior year. He played in 9 games, had 53 catches, 903 yards, 17 yards a catch again, and 8 touchdowns. Let's go to his senior season. He played in 10 games, 59 catches, 922 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So at the end, what I think is, it'd be a shame not to give Tylan Wallace a run at the number one receiver position. It'd be a shame not to have him on the field for the amount of plays you would have had Marquise Brown on the field his rookie year. I believe, after reading those stats just now, for him to average 17 yards a catch for damn near 3 seasons, he deserves to at least get a shot at the number one receiver position. Now, we're going to see how camp shake out, but you know how they usually go off of namesake because they drafted Rashard Bateman in the first round. They still got Marquise Brown. They still got Sammy Watkins. But as you've seen, Sammy Watkins, for 3 seasons with the Chiefs, his averages were what the fuck was basically what Willie Snead would give us. 14 games, 52 catches, like 10 games, 40 catches, and then the last year, 10 games, 37 catches. You got Wallace, who in 9 games, he had 53 catches, 900 yards. And then the next season, he played in 10 games, he had 59 catches and 922 yards. So with less games in college, he caught more passes and put up more yards. Say it's better competition. Say, well, he was playing with Pat Mahomes, and Pat Mahomes got more weapons than Oklahoma State. Yeah, be that as it may. I'm just saying production-wise, the man averaged 17 yards a catch as a slot receiver and on the outside. Rashard Bateman, I believe at the end of the day, will really push for that number one receiver role. Like I said, it'd be a shame not to at least give these guys a chance at the number one receiver. You gotta have them on the field. Like, that'll open up the offense and change the whole dynamic of the way we play. You got Brown in his 3rd season now. He should really be coming into his own. Like, I really believe if we moved him to slot, put Sammy Watkins on the outside with Tylan Wallace, or you can, matter of fact, how about we don't even start Sammy Watkins? When are we going to start considering that? Because I like to see Tylan Wallace on one side, Rashard Bateman on the other side, and motherfucking Marquise Brown playing the slot, and you can bring Sammy Watkins in on the slot whenever you want to. That's what I want to see. That's the starting 3 I want to see on the field right there. I just gave y'all my starting wide receiver core. Rashard Bateman on one side, you Tylan Wallace on the other side, Marquise Brown in the slot. That's how we rocking. That's how I feel. Off of these stats right here, it shows who we should have on the field and who should get the bulk of the plays. Now, is Marquise Brown going to get another 100 targets that he got last year? I don't think so. Over under on that, I think he get less than 100 targets. But if they put him in a slot, if he get less than 100 targets, he could have more production because he'll get open quicker. So you take that same 58 catches, and then that might jump up to 1,000 yards. Because he's not running a pattern, a 15-yard pattern or anything like that. Usually the slot receivers slants, quick crossing patterns, rub routes to get open, and he's quick. So and I just hope he gets a little more aggressive. Like, instead of him trying to find the quickest way to get down if you see people in front of him, I would like for him to see him try to take on a little more and try to get a little more yards after catch. But as far as that number one receiver, if I had to pick who the number one receiver is going to be, it's going to be Rashard Bateman. They're going to give him the shot to be the star of that team. I really think he can turn out to be a steal of the draft. They said he was one of the best route runners in camp. I highlighted it for y'all over a series of videos I did showing the development of Rashard Bateman and a lot of those receivers that they brought in, just showing how they was running routes and they was getting acclimated with the team and Lamar Jackson. So at the end of the day, I really believe this receiving core, even if they don't add anybody, I still would like to see them add my man Michael Thomas, because they still saying down in New Orleans they don't know what they're going to do with him. They still don't know right now. So that is not fake. That is not a made up type of rumor shit. They have linked the Ravens to Michael Thomas. So hopefully that can actually go through, as we had high hopes on us trying to get Julio. But shit, now Michael Thomas is available. And I believe that'll even be a better option for us down the road if Michael Thomas was able to get here. But as far as the number one receiver right now, going into the season, I believe it's going to be Rashad Bateman. But I would be remiss if I did not say Tylan Wallace should get a chance at being the number one receiver. They should at least give him the opportunity out there on the field. Give him the same 100 catches that you gave Marquise Brown last year and see what happened. I'm just saying, see what happened. He going to have to spread the ball out. But going forward, that's what I believe. That's my prediction. That's the starting wide receiver group I would love to see on the field. This be more Desi. We out.
With everything we been through, that shoulda kept us close. I could feel a change, but didn't wanna let you go. You planted seeds of hate and use your tears to help them grow. But for your pain